Okay. So, would you turn your calculator on, please? Thanks, Abby. And would you please press the stat key? The stat key is located on the second row of black keys. It's kind of by these arrows. We're just doing stats. When you press stat, this is the menu you should see. And there's a picture of that menu on the notes. Alright, so you all have that on your screen. That menu. Okay, we're gonna edit, and that means we're going to, it's already selected on one, so we're gonna hit enter. You might have different things that show up. Would you make sure that you have a list 1 and a list 2? It can have stuff in it. If you do not have a list 1 and list 2, I need you to raise your hand so I can fix that. It's okay, guys. It doesn't have stuff in it. Yeah, Anybody else not start at list 1? Okay, some of you have probably nothing in list 1, right? That's okay. If you do have something, stop. There's no extra talking during this unit. None. If you do have something in your list, go arrow up to the top. Do you see how my cursor is on list 1? If you hit clear, which is the button off the side, and enter, it will just clear out your list for you. If you have nothing in your list already, you don't have to worry about doing that. That way you do not have to individually delete each set of data. Alright, would you type in the data from X? You see how X is across? Would you put that in list 1, please?
Can you repeat that one more time?
Would you put the data from X in list 1?
All the X's?
All the X's, right in a row.
When does that work?
So what I'm doing right now is I'm putting that in list 1, and guess what I'm going to put in list 2? The Y.
There you go.
Okay, when you're this far, I just want to see your eyes so I know that we can move on. All right. Now we're going to turn the scatter plot on. Your calculator will do a scatter plot for you rather than you doing it by hand, but we have to turn it on. And what we're going to do, we'll just write down the keys first, and then I'll go through it with you, okay? You're going to use the second key, and then the Y equals, because what that gives you is a stat plot, okay? So you're going to do we're not doing it yet. We're going to write this down. Oh, what I was writing? So there's the second and the Y equals. Okay, and we're going to adjust the settings to be what they look like right here, okay, and I'll show you that in a second. A second thing that we're going to do before we graph is we're going to go and just press the Y equals, and we're going to clear out any graph. Okay. So, let's do that. I'm gonna do this part first, okay? Would you just press the y equals, no second. And I don't have anything in here, but you might.
When you say y equals?
Oh, wait, you said the first time.
Yeah, when you just the y key or?
I said I'm gonna do this first. Would you press just the y equals key, and would you just make sure there's nothing in here? If there's something in here, clear it out.
So we just press the Y.
I'm doing this part where I have starred, okay? Alright, now, have we cleared it out?
Yeah.
Now let's press second y equals, and you should see this menu.
Wait, no.
Should you press second y equals, and you should see this menu.
Yeah. Doesn't even look like the one in the picture.
Does it look like what you see up here?
Yeah.
Alright. So, we're going to go into one, and now we're going to set it up, and then you will see what it looks like in the picture. And you want to set it up to be exactly like that. You want to have the on highlighted. You just press enter on it. You want to have that first scatter plot highlighted. And then you need to just check that it says L1 and L2. Why L1 and L2?
That's the X and Y.
That's where we put them. We want it to graph list 1 and list 2.
I know that's what
All right. All right. Does your setup have on? Does it have, there's a type of graph. There's lots of types of graphs we'll study in math. This first one is a histogram, or is a scatter plot, because that's all dots. That's the one we want to do. Is your X list say L1 and your Y list say L2?
Yes.
The mark doesn't matter. I like to do the bigger one, because then it shows up better. Okay? So now all we did is we told our calculator we wanted to do a scatter plot with our data. All right. How do we set an appropriate window? Well, if you want to do this manually means if you want to do it yourself, you would press the window key. And then you would hit the graph key. Okay?
Can you move over a little?
Yes, I can. So if you wanted to do it manually, you would press the window key and you'd hit graph. Okay? Okay. Did you write that down?
Yes.
Let's just press window. We're not going to do anything, but I just want you to see what window does. Okay. Do you see how it says X-min and X-max and Y-min and Y-max? You kind of sort of remember this from before?
Yes.
You would want to pick an X-min that included all of the X values in our list. Do you see how it goes from 4 to 17? So I would just make sure my X-min was smaller than what number?
My X-Men is -100.
I would just want to make sure my X-min was smaller than what number? 4. And my X-max was bigger than what number?
Yes.
Okay. If I was setting this up by hand, I would want to make sure my Y-min was smaller than what number? What's this? 6, but bigger than what number? Okay. Perfect. Then you could see all your dots basically. Okay? Here's another option. I use this option. Your calculator will fit or pick a window for you, and that is the automatically. To do automatically, what we're going to do is use zoom stat. So you press the zoom key, and then you select number 9, which is zoom stat. All right. So let's do that. We're going to hit zoom. Do you see this menu? If you scroll down, do you see how number 9 is zoom stat? Now, what you should see your scatter plot show up on the graph.
Do I hit enter after I go to 9?
Nope, well, yes, if you hit 9, you're going to have to either select it and hit enter, or 9 and then enter. Alright. Okay, go back to turning your scatter plot on. Go to second y equals. Does it say that your plot 1 is on?
No.
Well, you need to go turn it on. Did you turn it on?
Yeah.
Try zoom 9 again. Did it work now? Good. Alright, do you have a picture like I do?
Yes.
Okay, why not? Tell me what you have instead. Did you use zoom 9? Okay, good. Alright, so what we just went through